outro of the music, not one.
We're here, everybody. We're on the eve of week 45, and we got a special podcast for our team to get them ready to take on and conquer week 45. Mr. Big C, we're out of the studio tonight, so we might sound a little bit different, but tell your team, what are the feelings you have right now as we go into the weekend and this tournament's getting ready to go underway?
I am pumped up for week 45. We are inching closer to the 52.
I might not sleep tonight.
What is so special about the 52?
It's a whole year going undefeated, Mr. Little Wiener, Mr. Needle.
I think Mr. Needle doesn't understand that there's 52 weeks in a year.
I did not know that.
He's not in that grade yet where he learns that, right?
I guess you're right. But Mr. Big C Jr. here, our chief strategist, I know our team is going to be leaning on some of your advice tonight. How do you feel going into the weekend?
I'm amped up, just like Mr. Big C said. And I have so many coins saved up for this weekend. I cannot wait. I'm going for that number one spot.
I love it. I don't know that I can go for number one this week. I don't feel really set up for it, but I'm going to do my very best. I used a lot of hammers, a lot of anvils, and I used a whole lot of punching gloves last week to get that number one spot. But I am going to fight like crazy to help this team, Mr. Big C.
I have a feeling this week we're going to have a new MVP.
Somebody we haven't seen before.
Yes, I am going to say, find him right now. What's his name?
I just want to remind our listeners that we are outside tonight. We came over to Mr. Big C's. We're on his deck, his patio. It's very nice. It's very serene.
He's got a big deck.
It's a huge deck, and it's hardwood, and we love it. And next to this hard deck is the hot tub, and it's wonderful to be able to relax, to get ready for this event that we're also looking forward to. And I really tonight I want to get the team excited, but I do want to talk a little bit of strategy. Mr. Big C, what do you got for us?
Well, like I said, I think we're going to have a new MVP this week, and I am predicting Hasty. Hasty's going to come big. I know he's going to come big, and he's going to come hard. And I also have a good feeling about a new member back on our team, but it's really an old member, Miss Flaming Bush. She's going to have a big weekend also.
Yeah, that's from the Bible, right?
Yes.
She was very excited to get the opportunity back on the team. Once I told her about the podcast last week,
Yes.
she joined right away.
Yeah.
She was very excited.
She was probably burning to get on.
She was flaming.
I will just tell team members, with the popularity of the podcast, we've had plenty of people coming towards Mr. Big C to be on this team. They've heard that we are really united as a team. There's people who know about the 44 straight weeks of dominance.
Yeah.
So those of you who are on the team, if you want to stay here, as it's been said before, stars, and what else, Mr. Big C Jr.?
Helps. Lives.
HELPS.
I don't know if the rest of our
Helps.
team can make sense of
Helps.
that, but I know you can, Mr. Sensible.
And I'm going to tell that to a new player, Hacksaw. He's at level 24, but 0 helps. I'm going to give him another day to put some helps under his belt, or he's gone.
We got to juice his team up before the weekend tournament.
In all fairness to Hacksaw, it means he's only 4 levels in, which means he's only been in team play for 4 levels. So I don't know if Hacksaw even really knows. Yeah. I actually took on who did I talk to today on the chats? I think someone was asking for helps, and it wasn't making sense to her. It certainly made sense to me, but was it Nanette?
Nanette, yes, and I don't see her on this team anymore.
I think you made too much sense for her.
What happened to Mark T.O.?
She couldn't handle it.
Mark T.O. was gone, and then we had another Mark today that took over the number 1 spot. No, it was Mark, another Mark that took over the number 1 spot, and I had to boot him again.
Just for those who don't understand how to ask for helps, Nanette said, "Can you give me lives?" Asked again. I need 5 lives. You don't have to ask, you just have to hit the green button with the hearts that says ask lives. You don't actually have to type that out for all the newcomers. Just ask for lives. I'm happy to give a life because I know I will get a coin in return, and everybody can enjoy some of that money, and we can enjoy plenty more star gaining.
Yes, Daisy Blaster, to answer your question from the chat, we would like to know how you give so many helps every single week. Like, it's crazy.
When you first joined the team, all you blasters did, me and Mr. Big C were just, we couldn't believe how many helps you guys gave. We tried to figure it out, and we can't even come halfway close to what you guys do, and we think we play this game a lot. We want to know the secret.
Well, Daisy Blaster did give us a little preview of maybe what she might give us next week as far as how she's giving all these helps. And boy, would that be fun to know how to do that, because that's a lot of coins on top of helping the team, and that's the ultimate goal.
I'll tell you what, the Blasters, Faith Blaster, Master Blaster, Daisy Blaster, Ryan Blaster, Master Blaster 2, unbelievable. You guys are the San Antonio connection. You guys are dominant, and we wouldn't be here without y'all.
I'm really excited about this weekend. I know everybody's on different episodes, and they're dealing with different episodes, and there's nothing much more you can do. I know I will be attacking in episode 44. I will be in the Dusty Dungeon, so I'm going to be dealing with a lot of chains. Mr. Big C Jr., you're well past that, and obviously you've been at the pro level. How do you attack the chains?
As of right now, I'm not past it, but when I was, you just got to get that action that I mentioned. You got to get the action.
I'll tell you what.
Because right now, I'm in the bird cages.
I was at 2370. That was the hardest level that I have come across so far in Toon Blast. I mean, crazy.
Sometimes you just have to have the willpower to buckle down and do it. I know these levels get hard, but you just got it. You can't quit.
I got lucky.
Well, then you are in episode 55, the Snowbreak.
Yes.
And I assume that you might be dealing with some penguins?
And the ice. That thick ice.
It's so thick, and you have to hit it 4 times, and sometimes there's bubbles. And I guess Mr. Big C Jr. just keeps saying it. Action. How are you achieving the action, Mr. Big C?
Sometimes I just close my eyes, and I hit a button.
I've done that.
It happens.
I've done that where I was just like, I don't know where to go, but I'm going to knock these 2 squares, and hopefully something good happens.
I'll tell you what. One time I was stuck on a level for 3 days. I actually went to church and prayed to get off that level. And guess what?
You got
My
off it.
prayers were answered. I got off.
Well, sometimes you gotta do that. We know we've had people. I think the word of the day when it comes to a tough level is stick-to-itiveness. That's what you gotta have. A lot of people don't have the stick-to-itiveness to stay with the level without
I can't even say that word.
Well, they want to go to the helps. They want to, and I'm not talking about the helps from the team, but they want to use the rockets and the bombs and the globes pre-level. And Mr. Big C Jr. saying, no, be frugal with those things.
The levels only get harder. You're gonna need them in the end.
And that's what's amazing is you think something is hard, right?
Yes.
And then it can get even harder.
That's what she said.
And that's part of the, that's really part of the game that is just so difficult that I think I get past something and all of a sudden I'm on to something else that's even more difficult. Mr. Big C Jr., what are you taking into this weekend as you go into your levels?
I'm just gonna see how far I can get without spending my coins and my accessories, if you will. And if I get stuck, because it's the weekend, I don't mind bringing those things in with me. During the week, I try to stay away from them. I try to stockpile. And then for the weekend, so I can do it for the team, I use them. I use as many as I can. I just want to win. I want to get stars.
Well, let me just ask this.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Because I really get frustrated. sometimes when I get to those last 5 moves, and sometimes I get to the last 1 or 2 moves, and I get a rocket, and it doesn't go the right way. I need a horizontal rocket, and it goes vertical. What can I do about that?
Direction is random. It
The
says it on
direction
the
is
loading
random,
screen.
and you just don't throw your phone and smash your phone as much as it might make you want to do that. Just
I
don't.
feel like it's not that random. I've gotten to that last move. I've gotten to 2 moves. I need a horizontal rocket. Toon Blast gives me a vertical rocket, and I'm like, I know what you're doing to me, Toon Blast. I know. You're bulldozing me.
We have the Texas Connection here. They just came out.
Yes. We have Mr. Clarence, who bailed on us after our big Week 44 win. He was tired. I was tired, but not too tired for the team.
No.
And I came out and I said, my buddies want to get together. They want to talk about Toon Blast. I'm not going to
I
miss
know
it.
what I'm going to do. I'm going to call Coach Mack up and get him on this team.
If that's what you got to do. I don't know that Coach Mack's going to have the time to be on the team.
If he did, he'd be all in. I know he would.
Yeah. Well, it's just important that we go into this weekend. I want to see. Here's the thing, guys, and this is what's gotten to me the last couple weeks. I've been a little fresher. I want to get off to a good start on Friday. I don't want to wait till Saturday or Sunday to see us take the lead. I did not like seeing Team Korea in front of us for any portion of the weekend.
They weren't there long.
Yeah, but they were
weren't
there
there.
long enough to it would upset me.
Yeah.
And I had to take it like it was North Korea. It had to be North Korea, right?
It was somebody. It was Korea. But I've also seen Wen getting away, and I don't want to see
Wen.
anybody from behind.
Who's Wen?
That was the team that almost beat us Week 42.
Jeez, you got a memory.
Or was it Wee Wen? It might have been
Something
Wee
like
Wen, Wen.
That
I don't know.
Schatz is probably playing on that team now.
Well, he wasn't giving helps. And you know what? Wee Wen didn't win because they probably don't give enough helps. Yeah, so I don't know. But I don't want to be down on Friday. I like to get right out, and I want everybody... I want to be checking the rearview window. Mirror when I'm looking at these other teams.
Yeah, I hope I wake up in the morning to a huge lead.
Oh, definitely.
I hope there's somebody Friday morning that has a huge lead, because it's fun to try to catch up to that person in first place. It's friendly competition amongst ourselves.
For the first half of the day, yes.
I'd love to give a shout out to our team. Mr. Needle, you mentioned the other day, after the big win, what is that we get? You have the basket. What is it? Humor me, if you will. There's a reward basket. It's 400 stars. Mr. Big C, do you know? You were telling me that, was it Jay Michelle?
Oh,
that had
Jay Michelle in the team chest had like
team
70 some stars
the team chest.
Team
to
chest.
get everyone 250
That's
points.
after the weekend tournament.
Yeah.
Right after that Monday morning.
The team chest is such a feel-good
Yeah.
moment because it's like we won, and now we reap even more rewards.
It's kind of like we're back in high school and we won a state championship.
And like you get to look at the medal. And I just want to really I think Jay Michelle really went after that team chest for us.
She had 71 stars.
He's not the best producer in podcasting for nothing, folks. Thank you, Mr. Needle.
Patty Cakes also hit a big number for
So
us too.
I really don't want the team chest contributors to be ignored.
Yep.
And that because to me that's important. That's 250 coins right in this guy's pocket.
Our motto is all stars matter. All stars count. They all matter.
Yeah,
They all count.
Team chest is great, and it's a team thing because on the front side you get to unlock the pirate ship, but that's more of an individual thing where you get the 15 levels. And those of you who might be struggling with low star counts, hang in there because if you can get 15 keys, you're gonna get a nice little jackpot.
For the lower levels, it's 10 keys.
Oh, even better.
What do you think the chances are that Mr. Clarence gets over 50 stars again this weekend?
50.
You mean Jay Chili? And there's Ellie.
Mrs. LEC.
I don't know. Has he gotten off? Going back to Mr. Clarendon, has he gotten off of level 252?
I think he did beat it last weekend.
Okay.
I don't care if he gets 50 stars this week. I want to see him hit double digits. It might be the first time he hits double digits in a weekend.
I would love to see all 50 players with some stars.
That would be awesome.
I think that Mr. Clarendon C actually used 1,000 coins to get off the level 252.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a weekend of
269.
work just to get off of a level.
And you know what? I struck him out yesterday 4 times in a row playing stickball.
That's unbelievable. So he's having a bad month.
He wasn't laughing.
You know,
like he is
but
now.
it's hey, he's having a bad month. But all it takes is a new weekend, a new tourney. Mr. Clarendon, you could be. He's right with us here. He's on.
He's got a great smile.
He's on Mr. Big C's huge deck right now, and you know this could be your weekend. It really could be. Yeah. So he's going to come in here. Again, we are outside, so our audio is a little bit different, but hang with us. Is this the weekend that we see you as an MVP?
I believe so. I mean, I tried my best last weekend. I mean, we were at the hospital for a little bit, and I was using my dad's laptop, and what did I get? Like, at least 15 stars right
Yes,
off.
you did. I was very
And
proud of you.
that was on the higher levels too. It wasn't 200s.
Could you
It was
please
up
speak
there.
up a little bit?
It was 670 to be.
Is that where you're at?
precise.
Is your toe okay?
And he's an actor too. He should know better.
Yeah,
He really should.
Is your toe okay?
my toe.
You stubbed it on this hard deck. He's trying to say that he didn't do anything, but it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, no.
He's
This-
got a tear in his
this,
eye. You
uh,
can see it hurts.
Mr. Big C's deck is very hard.
I mean, I
Sometimes.
tried my best, and you know, if I can't get 50 stars, I mean, at least I'm getting 30. You know, every star counts. That's what you
Yes.
guys say. So.
Yeah. And how many helps you looking to divvy out this week?
You know, I try to give out all the helps that I can. Every time I see the message, like the message board, every time someone asks for help, I try my best to give one. You know, so I'm not on there a lot, but every time I am, I do my best.
I
He's a
have-
team player.
I have a
Team player.
question, and I hope I'm not being too intrusive. How many levels do you guys seem to? And we can go around the room here on this one, or around the deck. How many levels have you gotten done or completed while in the bathroom?
Oh my gosh. So many.
On a weekend,
I feel like I get my best concentration sometimes when I use the lavatory.
I find myself spending taking a 5-minute trip turns into an hour trip on the weekends.
It's also more peaceful. It's easier to focus.
Time gets lost.
And I find that Mrs. Sensible doesn't bother me when I'm in there. So, I turn the fan on. There's times where she'll be like, "Are you okay?" And I'll give a little white lie. Oh, my stomach hurts. But I'm just collecting stars.
There's been times I've been in there so long that my legs fell asleep and I couldn't even walk. I had to get help off of
Talk about needing help.
So you'll call down the
Aw.
stairs. Hey, Mr. Big C Jr., I can't walk.
help me, get me off of this toilet.
And I do it.
Why do you do it?
I don't have a choice.
He's
He's
the
your
leader
teammate.
for the
He's
team.
he's the leader.
He's the leader of the team.
What would I look like if I wasn't doing whatever I could for our leader? What would I
So,
look like? Would he kick me off the team for it?
yeah. So
He
those of you who are
I
looking,
have. I have.
if
Not
anybody,
you.
if anybody's on the team, you're talking. Here we have 3 guys that have had some success on the Toon Blast circuit. Use your bathroom. Use it. Yeah. Take advantage of all the time you get
Bathroom, car rides. Those are prime
as the passenger.
blasting times.
As the passenger, we don't want to promote. We don't want to promote unsafe driving.
correct.
I also find that if you take your significant other out for a date, that while you're waiting for your food, they may not appreciate it, but it's a good way to pass the time.
Well,
But 49 other people on your team will.
you can try to hold your phone or device under the table and just try to play a couple levels here and there while maybe they won't notice.
Yeah, my wife does. She tells me I have a problem. The only problem I have is losing, and I'm not going to let that happen. So
I know you won't.
That makes so much sense.
I love her. I love her, and I don't want to. I don't want to offend her, but I also don't. I want to win.
Your wife should understand because she is probably one of the most competitive females that I've ever met.
Yeah. Do you think it's a problem to play Toon Blast while you're watching a movie?
No. Got two eyes.
Well, I got 2 ears that are listening to the movie, but my eyes are on the Toon Blast screen.
Yes.
But that's where I use all my senses. I have eyes and ears. I can hear the show or movie, and I can watch the Toon Blast, and I can touch the squares.
Like I mentioned in the podcast earlier this week, I got in a lot of trouble this weekend. But Mrs. Big C Jr. won't be around this weekend, so I'm expecting I might get the 1,000-star threshold this weekend.
Records.
I have nobody to tell me I can't.
Beginning of
Yeah,
winter week.
there. I don't know if there's a better feeling of having nothing to do in the morning. I turn over, I grab my phone, and I just start getting stars.
Yeah.
And it feels wonderful. Last week I did get caught. I'll tell this to the team because this happened to me, and I blame Mr. Needle for this. So I'm on vacation, and like I said before, I don't take a vacation from Toon Blast, I just take a vacation from work. And I wake up in the morning. Now my wife is nice enough that our 2-year-old gets up at 6 in the morning. I'm not going to get up then. She goes down with the baby, or with the 2-year-old, and while they're downstairs, it's around 8:30, and
It was 9:30.
I don't know if it was that late.
It was.
At any rate, she says, "I hope your dad's okay." And Mr. Needle sold me out. Well, he's upstairs playing Toon Blast. I just saw him ask for helps. And then she comes upstairs like, "What are you doing? You got a problem." And I blame Mr. Needle for that. That was wrong.
Maybe we
That
should
is
change
my
his
fault.
name to the Tattler.
That
That was unbelievable.
that reminds me of something. Sometimes, even if I'm out of lives, if it's like late at night or early in the morning, I will actually wait to get another life so that Mr. Big C doesn't know that I am awake at that time. Because I could be getting stars or I could be cutting grass.
That's true. And so I hope our team is hearing just some of these different things. Not only the strategies of the stages themselves, because we've talked about the oysters, we've talked about the groundhogs, the pink goo, but we also are talking about when you find time to play. Guys like Mr. Clarendon who say, "I don't know if I have enough time." You make the time.
He doesn't prioritize Toon Blast over other things.
Well, Mr. Big C Jr. might not have the time this weekend now because he's going to be cutting grass with scissors.
What happened there?
Unless he can cut and play at the same time.
Well,
I'll
I
try
just
for the team.
I have a feeling you're in for a big weekend. I can just see it in you.
could be an MVP.
You have a posture right now that just says, I'm confident that I'm going to get a lot of stars.
I'm very confident. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to sleep tonight because I'm just feeling a monster weekend.
Does anybody know what time the weekend tournament actually opens? I feel ignorant asking. Is it 6 a.m.?
I think it starts at 3 because I think Toon Blast is actually on the West Coast. So,
Yep. That makes
a
sense
3-hour
because
difference.
the tournament ends at 3 a.m. our time.
yes.
Eastern time.
So it starts at midnight on the West Coast, but
Correct.
3 a.m. for us.
Correct.
Okay. I was just wondering because I usually wake up and it's and I wake up and it's like, oh my gosh, it's on, like stars are already being had, and I got to get in this game, and I want my team to see. I don't want them to see a big goose egg next to my name. I want them to see stars and helps. The other thing is there is a giddy feeling sometimes to wake up on a Monday morning and claim that prize. How do you feel claiming that prize on a Monday morning, Lala?
It makes my Monday mornings so much better. I can wake up for work because I know I'm getting 1,000 coins.
And
I get to contribute to the team chest.
yes, that's a fun part, and that makes Monday Mondays are hard for everyone, but when you can claim when you get that claim, I've gotten to claim the single prize for 1,000. I've gotten to claim another 1,000 for the team. I've also, and you claim that daily prize. I mean, that's a little bit of sugar in your coffee.
Yeah.
You know, just having that. I mean, that's a wonderful little present to get the daily prize. I always try to jump in daily to get that daily prize.
I know on the bus ride to school, I'm always playing Toon Blast, trying to commit to the team chest.
I earned today's daily prize at 12:15 last night in the morning.
And that's fine.
15 minutes into the day, I earned my daily prize.
I love it. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, sometimes I'll get up and go to the bathroom 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Let me get my daily prize. You know, I'll come back from the bathroom, wash my hands, I'm going to check my daily prize. And because you don't want to miss it.
I've already fell asleep going to the bathroom at 3 o'clock in the morning playing Toon Blast. I wake up and Toon Blast is still going.
You just hear that music.
And it's usually only have like one move left, and I hit the bomb and I hit the daily prize.
I want to ask you, Mr. Big C, because you've been around this game for a long time, if I could just truly get a feel for what's your thought, or how do you feel about the music of Toon Blast?
I absolutely love the music of Toon Blast. I play it in my car, usually when I'm by myself, but you know, I try to I dance to it. That's it, there it is. I feel like Bruno Bear when I hear that music. I feel like a dancing bear.
How does Mrs. Big C feel about the music?
Mrs. Big C does not care if I play Toon Blast as long as I am rubbing Mrs. Big C's feet.
So you're telling me you'll go one hand on the feet and one hand. You have great thumbs, though. I don't think people know
No.
how good
No.
your thumbs are, because you have a long history of playing video games.
2K8.
You probably what people don't know about Mr. Big C. This guy has probably entered more tournaments. He's probably got most games played. I don't know about his win-loss ratio, but as far as games played and games, Mr. Big C Jr. knows this. Has he played he plays a lot of games getting ready for a tournament.
He likes to practice. But I don't know if it's just that he forgets how to play when the tournament comes.
What's this have to do about Toon
At
Blast?
least, yeah.
Well, we were talking about your thumbs.
At least Toon Blast, his thumbs are perfectly capable.
Yeah, I mean, it has. I'm sorry, it has to do with your thumbs, but it also it's more about your approach to
I'm old
competition.
school. You know, all these buttons on these new controllers, I'm used to the 2-button thing,
Same remote.
you know?
But you do have great thumbs.
Yes.
And that's what that was.
I could play some Tecmo Bowl all day long.
I know.
I love his thumbs.
I know you can. You're great with Howie Long, but I because I played you.
Thank you, Mr. Sensible.
Wow,
Thank you.
that makes sense. So, Mr. Big C Jr., what comes over you when you hear the music?
Boing.
I also think of Bruno Bear, and I think of his tongue sticking out as I am getting 2 globes together for the win. Or when after you beat a level and you see how excited Cooper Cat looks. It's the best feeling in the world.
Is there anything more as an adult that makes you feel like a kid than just looking up in the upper left corner and seeing Bruno Bear? It takes you right back to your childhood.
I wish I could hang out with them.
If-
See what the hell they're talking about when they're cruising in those cars at the end of the episode.
Well, they have plenty of episodes going on, but it's just awesome to look up at him when I know I'm going to beat a level, and it's like we're on the same team.
He's so happy for us.
I'm thinking about putting a Bruno Bear statue in my front yard.
That would be pretty cool. You could also have a. How cool would it be? Mr. Big C has a wonderful hot tub with a beautiful pergola as he waits for a second one. How cool would it be to have like a big inflatable Bruno Bear out in your backyard?
On the roof, kind of like a Santa Claus during the holidays, but we'll just keep Bruno Bear up.
Oh, like a blow up.
Yes,
Bruno Bear.
all year long.
And it would be totally original because people wouldn't know what that is. But but the Toon Blasters would definitely
Yeah,
know
be
what's
incredible.
going on.
We might be able to get Ryan Reynolds' attention then.
We're here. We're here, Ryan.
You're more than welcome.
We're talking about it. Yeah, I mean, he's welcome to call in. We
Anybody
can,
know?
you know,
Anybody
if he
knows
wants-
him?
He
Let
can
it.
come here.
You know, wants to give us a like or a thumbs up, we'd be happy to. You know, if he wants to. I don't know what level he's on. Does he even? If he wants to join a team and win, yeah.
Only if he's going to give helps. I know Mr. Big C very well. He would kick Ryan Reynolds off if he wasn't giving helps.
I would want him to kick Ryan Reynolds off if he wasn't giving helps.
Ryan Reynolds would want me to kick him off if he wasn't giving helps.
And I would hope he wouldn't come in. Let me ask you this, Mr. Big C, because I know you're adamant about this. If Ryan Reynolds came in at top 3, would you kick him?
Yes, I can't break my own rules.
So
Just for, in case some people aren't familiar, Ryan Reynolds is the face of Toon Blast. He stars in the commercial of Toon Blast.
yeah. And
So
that-
just in case people weren't getting that
but I'd
connection
welcome
there.
him to the team. I would. I don't know if he uses his name, but I'd be like, hey,
Even top 3, you think we would have to take a vote to keep him on a team, or
A vote's fair.
we could. I actually wondered if he is one of the people on our team. He could be like Mr. Stinky.
He could have been Eshash.
You don't know. You can be anybody you want on Toon
Yeah.
Blast. So, you know, he could
Can
be
be.
Froham for all we know.
It's almost scary.
Yeah, who could be on our team. But
Yeah.
hey, I'm not judging. I'm just looking at stars and helps. That's all that matters to me.
That's the two most important things in Toon Blast. And having fun and the unity of our team. It's incredible.
Why don't we cue up music up here as we start to close down on this pep rally? We're hoping for a wonderful weekend. I can't wait to get some stars. Like I said, I don't know if I'm set up for an MVP week, but I'm definitely going to do the best I can.
Yeah. We're gonna chase it.
Mr. Big C, anything in closing?
until we chat again, everybody. I'll
So
see you-
long
I'll
from-
see you on Monday.
Mr. Big C's deck.
Love yous. Be safe.